Good day, humans. And good day, friends of humans. I hope there is some left on this almost forsaken planet where humor, truth, laughter still have to be born again. It's a very grim subject, yet talking about very kind of happy approaches that people deceive themselves, how people manage to trick themselves to live in small pleasures, big pleasures, nasty pleasures, and not even thinking a bit wider or more open that these pleasures will cost them one day their own soul. For how long did you catch yourself that you're constantly thinking about dreadful thoughts, that you're constantly thinking fearful thoughts, that you're always afraid that something will loom all over your city, country, the war will come, and so on? Yet what to do with these thoughts if you manage to catch them? Because many light beings were trapped in this reality of perpetual fear-mongering, war-mongering, negativity, of constant thinking that something bad others are doing, even if they are doing all their best possible, whatever it is, voting, non-voting, talking about something, philosophizing, and so on. We're so ingrained into judgment of others by not really recognizing how much we're actually judging everybody around through our negativity, through our depressed approach to life. Yet, really, what to do with these kind of constant barrage of thoughts, of negative and dark thoughts, or negative and dark behaviors that we've been massaged every day through the fake news media, through the governmental policies. They're lowering the pensions, they're reducing your salaries, they're increasing the taxes, they're worrying you about the water quality, air quality. Anything and everything is just turned upside down. Is there anything you can find in all this, let's call it nightmare, nonsense, that you can use it as a good opportunity to turn it around? So title for today goes like this: by thinking not to think bad thoughts, you are just doing this. So there's a level of humanity who reached the point where we see that these bad thoughts are perpetuated on us. It was imprinted on us through the media, through the newspapers, through politicians, through our family members. Watch how you're crossing the street. Dress up warmly or you get cold. It starts with the children, with the infants. Over-exaggerating a negativity of one's life instead of absolutely cherishing every breath we take. So really, what to do? How anybody can expect if 500 light beings are absolutely holding the place for the rest of you to get into emotional and mental and soul level of peace, that you deserve abundance, that you deserve that prosperity is given to you. It's impossible. All the contracts are already done. All the banking systems are already replaced. and put into full alertness of just waiting for you to energetically jump out of this I don't deserve. As soon as you think like this, for the time being that you think like this, you never be going to receiving anything else but what you think about. So if you're thinking about Trump is doing that bad, Trump is doing, wrong firing, wrong hiring. Who are you to tell the President of the United States to what is wrong, what is right? Let him do his things and absolutely trust that what he's doing is good for you, American or whoever. Don't bring into your stupid commotion of life, oh, the Russians are attacking us, invading or whatever through the Anonymous or WikiLeaks or whatever crap the Democrats are bringing up. Turn this around, make it funny, make it ridiculous, and get a small seed of lightness in their stupidity and emphasize this. Because simple trick was shown to many souls who, let's say, get exposed to some of the teachings of the light. They're asking in a huge auditorium to turn off all the lights in the hall, pitch dark. And the narrator or the presenter start talking, and people just start accommodating to only his voice. Yet he's asking, is anybody sees any light? Nobody. It's pitch dark. So the eye starts accommodating, actually reducing this sensitivity on the fake programming that comes through your eyes, and you're emphasizing your vibrations, feeling of the people around you, temperature, sensations of touch, smells, sounds. The next level would be to shut down completely the sensation of sound, so you don't hear absolutely anything. It's dead silence. Even if you're saying something through your mouth, you can just feel that you're breathing, but you don't hear your breath. The next one is you absolutely feel nobody around. You are alone in this huge auditorium, pitch black and silent. And you just smelled a bit earlier somebody's dirty socks or bad breath, yet not even this. Then what you do now? You don't see, you don't hear, you don't touch, you don't smell anything around you. What are the senses left? You can start lick your hand and suddenly you feel nothing. Even your sense of taste is gone, zeroed out to nothing. What's left after that? Is there any other senses that you can dig out within you that it could justify that you are still alive? Maybe you're underground, maybe you're in the grave, deep down, 6 feet under. Or maybe you've just been erased. Prime Creator says, okay, it's enough of this stupid game. They don't want to change. Let's cut off all the senses. What you would do now? I tell you, about 92% of people lose their mind completely. Because mind is based on the senses. Mind is based on feel, touch, word, argument, fear, heart is pounding. Basically, mind lost its purpose. And this is where people lose their mind. Because they don't see any justification why do they have it or why they had it before, but they don't want to go deeper and realize what now they have. Give this exercise to yourself and try to find this place where none of the senses around you are there. I mean, common senses that these 5 senses that we kind of live by. Yet what is emerging from this darkness, from the silence, from loneliness of you? What is emerging out? What kind of sensation? What kind of, let's say, 6th, 7th, and 9th sense all in one? Can you hear anything? What is opposite of noisy street? Peaceful street. What is opposite of a disco or rave place where the sounds are pounding through your heart and vibrations of the light are just hurting your eyes constantly? When all this is shut down, you have a peaceful and dark venue filled with yourself, but your inner self, your intrinsic and true self, who need none of these 5 senses. What you imagine, you have a full table of smells, tastes, food, drink, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, and all this. And next second, what is opposite of this when all this is gone? You have a peaceful sensation that no smell is bothering you, or no taste is attracting you to get this whatever, alcohol, cigarette, cake, or anything else. So all of these senses, the lack of these is peace, or peaceful sensation, or sensation of peace. But this peace is within you, it's not around you. Around you it can be like a hurricane, a war, a noisiest street that you can imagine. Yet once when you comprehend that you, in all these commotions and disgusting environments that we live in at the present time, you still have your inner peace. This is a place where you start building a better society, not only for you, but for everybody else. This is a place where you start giving absolutely brilliant ideas and attempts to transmute all this darkness that it was pounding every single second of our life. You're finding opportunity in a shit sitting on the road. You'll find something useful there, something very happy about it, something very, wise, that this piece of crap can bring it to your and other people's lives. So I'm just asking you all, give a chance to everybody around who's giving positive messages. Do not hit them with the bricks instantly as soon as they open their mouth and saying like, let's find a solution. In any kind of war, in any kind of argument, in any kind of political scene, Trump is building a wall for the Americans, but he's building a wall for Mexicans too. So the Mexicans who live in Mexico, or the other nations who come into Mexico and try to really disturb the situations within the Mexico, now they don't have a place to run across the border. They have to be responsible for what they are, and they will be catched there, or when the Mexico gets fully call it humanized. It will eradicate all these illegals outside of their nation. And then the next generation of people, or the young generations, will not be influenced with such a negativity that only drugs, killings, and power over others and controlling over others will rule the present day. Corpus Diem, seize the day, said some very, very stupid Roman. What does it mean? Or it can be very, very smart philosopher. Yet if he's carrying a sword and he want to seize the day by counting how many heads he chopped off, he's just a stupid Roman. But if he's seizing day by admiring a bird, or admiring his own breath, or admiring his 4 limbs, to me this is seize the day sentence with a true meaning. So my dear friends, seize the day. So my friends, seize the day with a kindness to the world, with a truth to yourself, and with a very, very positive outlook that prosperity is here for you because you deserve it.